Hello everybody, welcome to the Redmen TV. My name is Ben Kelly. This is the Liverpool Development Watch back after a week's break following the international break. My job is to bring to you updates on the youth sides and loanees associated with Liverpool Football Club, and let's just get right into it. We're going to start with the youth sides this week and the U23s who lost 3-2 to Derby at the Kirby Academy, but the news was made by Ben Woodburn making an appearance for Neil Critchley's side. He is of course on loan at Sheffield United but has been left out of the matchday squad 4 times in a row now, and under Premier League 2 rules was eligible to come back and make an appearance for the under-23s this weekend to get some much needed game time. He got 74 minutes under his belt and was one of the best players on the pitch throughout, proving he still has the talent. He's just needing to get that final push now to try and make it back into Sheffield United's squad. The loan hasn't been terminated, but the problem is I think that Sheffield United are obviously very high flying. They're currently second in the Championship. They're pushing for automatic promotion. They've got a good core group of players, and I think he's just finding it very difficult to break into that mould. It must be very difficult for the managers to want to make changes when the team's playing so well and getting results. So hopefully, if the form does drop off a bit, that will mean that Ben Woodburn will get a few more opportunities at Bramall Lane as the season goes on. Back to the game though, and Matty Virtue gave the Reds the lead. A great assist from Adam Lewis, who could be promoted to be Andy Robertson's understudy next season. It is of course looking like Alberto Moreno will be sold by Liverpool this summer, and the word on the street is rather than look to buy a new left back, Klopp will look to promote Lewis to the matchday squad, to the first team. So it looks like he may be going out to whatever pre-season tour will be taking place next summer. He'll be in and around the first team a lot more often. We may even see him a little bit more this season if, God forbid, something was to happen to Robertson. Liverpool led 1-0 at half-time, but goals from Callum McDonald and Jacob Butterfield that meant that Derby went ahead in the second half, and after equalising through a beauty from Isaac Christie-Davies with about 15 minutes to go, it looked like Liverpool may have earned a point. However, Louis Sibley was the man to win it for Derby with just 5 minutes to play, and that leaves Liverpool 10th in the league, 6 points off the bottom. So we're not looking like we're going to go down at this point, but obviously it's very early on this season. We've got to pick up that form. We've got to pick up a few more wins. Neil Critchley will be desperate now to get back on the winning streak, and he'll be desperate to match the form of the under-18s, who fared better by continuing their great form with a 3-0 win away at Wolves in the under-18s Premier League. Paul Glatzel bagged another 2 goals as his goal-scoring form continued, reflecting on the display. Under-18s boss Barry Lutus told LiverpoolFC.com the lads were excellent, especially in the first half when we scored 3 really good goals. Paul continued his good form with another 2, and Elijah Dixon-Bonner scored a great goal with his left foot. We dominated the game and played really well. To be fair to Wolves, they gave it a good go in the second half, but we were always in control. And those lads are still second in the under-18s Premier League, still just 1 point behind Everton. And onto the loanees, and Ryan Kent kept up his great form for Rangers following the international break. He scored his 2nd goal in as many games as Rangers thrashed Hamilton 4-1 away from home. It was a really well taken goal from Kent himself. The ball was played through to the middle of the park, and he just dinks the goalkeeper with a really delicate finish, a really top draw, instinctive goal from Ryan Kent, and Rangers fans absolutely love him at the moment. You just go through the Rangers Twitter feed, they are absolutely loving Ryan Kent's playing form at the moment. They're absolutely desperate to keep hold of him. Steven Gerrard, I'm sure, will be absolutely desperate to keep hold of him if indeed he stays in the job, which is looking like he might do, given the form that the Rangers are in. And I'm wondering whether he'll be considering his future as well. You know, he seems to be really loved by the Rangers fans. He's playing really well up there. He's playing under a really good manager. Will he be interested in staying there permanently? It's too early to tell probably. Liverpool will probably want to keep him given that the form that he's in, but he may want to just go out there. He knows he's going to get minutes up there all the time. He may be interested in staying out there permanently, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. There was a really impressive cameo performance for Shea Ojo at Stade de Rennes this week. He had to settle for a place on the bench to begin with against Angers, but did impress when he came on, playing a key part in the equalising goal of a 1-1 draw. Back up to Scotland, and Adam Bogdan's run of clean sheets for Hibs came to an end, but he's still impressed with a good string of saves against Celtic in a 4-2 loss this weekend. Harry Wilson brought the winning touch from his games with Wales back to the Championship this week in Derby, as he led the Rams to a 2-1 win over Sheffield United this weekend. He played the full 90 minutes and generally had a really good game. Derby are right in the promotion mix at the moment, and it's really good that we've got one of our loanees right in the thick of it for one of the Championship's best sides as it stands. It was rumoured this week that Loris Karius was going to be dropped by Besiktas this week after some poor recent form, but he did manage to keep his place in a 2-0 loss to Kestepe. He will take comfort in the fact after a difficult few weeks that he wasn't at fault for either goal. Both of them were close range headers that he really couldn't do anything about. Be interesting to see now whether he keeps his place in the long term for Besiktas. There were a lot of reports knocking about that he was set to be dropped. Didn't happen. He put in a relatively good performance. Like I said, he wasn't at fault for either of the goals. So now it'll be interesting to see whether or not he can remain between the sticks for the Turkish side. And to finish off down to the lower leagues, Herbie Kane was quieter than usual for Doncaster Rovers, playing just 52 minutes for them against Gillingham in a 3-3 draw in League One. In League Two, Corey Whelan completed his 7th full game of the season for Crewe and kept a clean sheet in a 1-0 win over Stevenage. Good to see those two lads doing really well for their respective clubs, both highly liked by the respective fan bases and both getting a lot of game time as well while we're at it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes this week's Liverpool Development Watch. Thank you very much for watching. As always, my name is Ben Kelly. Do all the usual stuff. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave me a comment down below, and I'll be back next week with another episode. Thanks again for watching. Goodbye.